Sheriff's Office releasing the names of the victims and the alleged shooter just within the last few hours. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jennifer Bellamy.
And I'm Faith Jesse. Here's what we know about this right now. The Newton County Sheriff's Office says 19-year-old Akilah Clark and 21-year-old Khalef Barksdale were killed in this morning's shootings. Deputies say that the gunman, their co-worker Dwayne Edda, ended up fleeing to South Carolina before shooting himself.
Let's get you now live to Chase Howell, who has been on this story all day, tracking it. You're on Emerson Trail. That's the second location that Edda traveled to. So, Chase, do deputies have any idea why this happened, why he did this?
Jennifer, Faith, that's the question police and the families of those victims are asking right now. And I want to show you what's going on behind me. This is actually the home of Akilah Clark, who was one of those people you just mentioned who died in last night's shooting. Family and friends have been sitting outside her home, listening to music, loving on one another and letting off balloons. And I wish you could hear the moment just a little bit ago where those cries just echoed across the street. And many in the community are grieving right along with those families.
Walmart is closed.
Police cars replaced those of shoppers at the Walmart on Salem Road in Covington on Friday.
That's crazy. Yeah, I find it crazy because we come here all the time. I never would expect nothing like this to happen.
The Newton County Sheriff's Office says Dwayne Uda shot two of his co-workers during their shift early Friday morning, killing one and injuring another.
If the store was open, you wouldn't be able to see him the whole time in the store because he works in the very back. So I don't know how anything will happen, how you would get in an altercation with anybody. It's like something like that will only happen if you want it to happen.
Investigators say Uda then drove less than 2 miles down the street, broke into a different co-worker's home and shot and killed her.
And he came in her room and he went for her, he walked right past my sister. He didn't even look in her direction. He didn't say nothing to her. He didn't point the gun at her. He didn't try to hurt her. He came for the target and he got his target, unfortunately.
Natalia Edwards says her niece, 19-year-old Akilah Clark, was the woman killed. Why she was targeted, Edwards can only speculate.
We're not really sure of the details of what's really happening, but from what we kind of know, there was a problem going on at the job, at the workplace, and it just escalated.
I called and my daughter called. Okay. She was on the phone for 29 minutes.
That's Clark's mother, who questioned police about why deputies took so long to respond after her daughter was shot. Their response, that they'll check into it. And in the meantime, there are questions about the motive. Why did this happen? Questions I hope these families get answers for. Now, I don't want to forget about 29-year-old Ryan Bradley, who survived this morning's shooting. At last check, police say he is thankfully in stable condition. Reporting here in Newton County, Chase Howell, 11 Alive News.
Such an awful story there, Chase. Thank you so much.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 18. Whoso walketh uprightly shall be saved, but he that is perverse in his ways shall fall at once. Kol holayim la, al-banawa Yahweh Bahashim Yahawashi Bahashim Rekat Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners, and shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Proverbs chapter 28, verse 18. Whoso walketh uprightly shall be saved, but he that is perverse in his ways shall fall at once. And that's a common thing for amongst our people, man, because the ways of our people are perverse. They're the ways of the world, and they are manifested through their own will, through their own wicked, corruptible spirit and mind, man. Okay, but those that walk uprightly, those that seek repentance, those that apply what Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh states in our precepts, in our Bible, Al-Banawa Ratazah, those of us that seek righteousness shall and will be saved, man. Okay? Because our people are not walking uprightly, man. Okay? There's no, they acting like, these people acting like they don't know what was going on, why the dude did this. And obviously, it basically seems like either this dude liked this girl and she crossed him in the wrong way, or he was dealing with her, whatever the case may be, man. It was some type of jealousy. Okay? some type of jealousy. But at the end of the day, we also know what is judgment. And Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has a heavy spirit of judgment on the earth, and especially on you women, because you women outnumber men. So there's going to be a lot of Israelite women getting put to death. A lot of Keishas, Rolandas, Raquisha, Lashonda, Shamika, all y'all, man. Okay, all y'all hat hair wearing, cum stoppers, war paint wearing broads that think you're better than men that think you're better than your own nation in general. Okay, so again, Proverbs 28 verse 18. Whoso walketh uprightly shall be saved. So those that walk according to the guidelines, the instructions of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, repenting daily, examine themselves. Okay, taking heed to not being prideful. Okay, to repent. Thoroughly apply these precepts, these words to your life, and be about what you say you're about. Practice what you preach. But he that is perverse in his ways shall fall at once. So those that are perverse are going to be judged by Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. It's not going to be no pity, no sympathy, no empathy. Okay? No mercy. None of that shit, man. Okay? Whoever perished being innocent. But we also know too, after the dude, attempted to execute one of the dudes at the woman at the job, he went to her house. And how did he know where she lives? In some way, shape, form, or fashion, he's dealing with this broad, or he dealt with this broad. Okay? He either liked her. Okay, he might have simped for her and she might have been playing him. And the dude that he tried to execute at the job, he might have been the one getting the panties. Okay? And that's just, something, per se. Or he might have been hitting it and he found out that the other dude hit it. Okay? Period, man. But the dude executed himself because he knew that he was going to go under the jail, man. Because our people know, man, that there's no sympathy, there's no fair trial, there's no equality when it comes to us in anything in general when it comes to us in this captivity, man. But especially in the damn judicial system, man. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 12. Seek not death in the era of your life, and that's not only committing suicide. That's also what you're producing, what you're connected to, what you're about, okay, what you glorify, what you believe in, because all these things of the world lead you to death. Okay, you don't even know that you're basically seeking death, because that's going to be the end game. That's going to be the end result. Because what you cleaving onto are the customs of the world, and the customs, the characteristics, the traits, the philosophies, everything of this world leads you to death. It leads you to be completely disconnected and, rejecting and being disobedient to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because everything's upside down. Everything's perverse, wicked, evil, corrupted. Okay? Wisdom of Solomon 1 verse 12. Seek not death in the era of your life, and pull not upon yourselves destruction with the works of your hands. And again, that can be talking about suicide, and it's also can be talking about what you're producing, what you're manifesting. Okay? Because again, everything in this society leads you to death. Okay? Black culture leads you to death. Partaking in the philosophies, the customs of this world lead you to death. Okay, you partake in these things and you put your efforts with the work of your own hands, man. Okay? But in this aspect, this dude literally took a modern day sword, which is the gun, and executed himself because he didn't want to go to jail. He didn't want to serve the sentence. He didn't want to be in that type of environment. Because again, there's no equality. There's no fairfulness, if I'm saying the word right. And, at the end of the day, per se, I don't know what happened, but at the end of the day, we know it's judgment from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and nobody perishes being innocent. Matter of fact, let's grab that. Nobody perishes being innocent, man. Okay, so this little 19-year-old little whore is not innocent. Okay, look at her. And probably little some with a little chocolate joint, but I'm pretty sure that's weave in her head. Those are cum stoppers on her eyes. That's all types of war paint, fake nails, okay? Probably a tight ass t-shirt or a tight ass dress showing her shape, okay? Nothing about this is righteous. Nothing about this is cute, okay? So let's jump to Job chapter 4. And this was judgment from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Because again, how did this Jake know where she lived at? Because he's either dropped her off at home or he's dealt with her. And you also said if I'm not mistaken, the relatives, the sisters, also said that he came in the house, he broke in. Now from what I heard, she didn't say that she didn't know him. So obviously there was some type of dealing with one another. Either he was talking to her, it might have been, dealing with her in an intimate level, or he was simping for her and she was playing him. And again, the dude that he clipped first might have been the one getting the box, or it might have been the one she committed adultery with. Who knows, man? Okay. Job 4 verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent. So whoever perished being innocent. Okay, because guess what? This N-Dub is not innocent. Okay. This is judgment from her past lives and also, from now, man. Because our people are wicked as hell, man. Look at these bald-headed bitches, man. Okay? And yeah, self-will. You heard what I said. Bitches. B-I-T-C-H-E-S. Bitches. Okay? Bald-headed. Look. Bald-headed and ugly. Weave in the head. Baby hairs. I'm tired of seeing this baby hair shit. Again, cum stoppers on your eyes. Okay? They don't got makeup on. But you see what it is. I come here all the time to this Walmart to get my douche. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Look, all types of all types of other people's hair, putting other people's spirit on you. Okay, and tattoos and shit. But let's continue. Job 4 verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. So what's that? You're going to reap judgment because you're out here plowing iniquity. You're out here overindulging in wickedness. And again, mark my words, I bet you it was about some type of jealousy that she did something to this dude that really hurt his feeling. A lot of men are traumatized by you women, especially the Israelite women, man. Okay? And I think that's her sister. Look, sister, red hair. Probably got weave in her hair. Okay, that all in them goddamn baby hairs, man. And and the mama, she got a wig on. Mama coming up next. Okay? Probably, fat, overweight. Probably just got done eating a ham and cheese sandwich. All types of stuff, man. Okay? Verse 9. By the blast of the Most High they perish. And look at mom. Look at mom. Tattoos on her chest, going up to her shoulder. Okay. She probably treat her kids like they her best friends and sisters and shit. Job 4 verse 9. But by the blast of the Most High they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. And that's what happened. That judgment came upon this young lady, man. And the other dude survived. Okay, so the other dude survived, so the Lord showed them mercy. But who's to say that, that's just a prelude, a warm-up for what the Lord's going to bring for the other dude. Okay, because the Lord had that Jake do it for a reason. Okay, so the Most High is, bringing that judgment, bringing that weeping and mourning amongst their people, man. Okay, because our people don't understand that the Lord is out here, causing these things, man. There are spirits created for vengeance, man. Matter of fact, let's grab that. There are spirits created for vengeance, man. So you have some people that was born just to take a nigga out, okay? And guess what? It's going to be a lot of niggas that you women have gotten locked up over the years over some BS that's going to get out of jail in these days to come, and they're going to come and take your ass out, man. Okay? This is Sirach chapter 39. I'm going to start off at verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes in the time of destruction, They pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made him. So they appeased the wrath of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. So it pleased the Lord and it made him happy. Okay, to bring forth execution upon this young Israelite woman, man. Okay, and also to wound the first dude at the Walmart, and then to have the dude that did it to drive 2 miles down the road, break in this woman's house, walk past his sisters, execute the one, and bounce, and then drive to South Carolina and execute himself, man. Okay. Verse 29, fall in hell and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. So that Jake was created for vengeance to bring forth a judgment on, these two people. Again, one survived, one was called back to the spiritual realm. Verse 30, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpent, and the sword. Okay, which, in a way, the sword is Esau, and also the physical sword, which is the modern day gun, punishing the wicked to destruction. And that's what happened, man. The wicked got punished to destruction, man. Okay, your time was up. The Lord required your soul in heaven, man. He required you to come back. Okay, your judgment played out. It happened. Okay, and then also too, Salakia, you had the mom literally say that me and my daughter both called 911. And it took them 20 minutes to get there. You know why? Because they don't give a fuck about you niggas. What do y'all don't understand, man? This place was not made for you to prosper. This place was not made for you to be recognized. This place was not made for you to have, again, equality, to have acceptance from your oppressor. All right? This place was not made for you to have a relaxing, comfortable, lavish life, man. No, you were sent here for punishment, for judgment, okay, to take heed to the error of your ways and repent, okay? But let's continue, because I keep on speaking on something, so I'm going to grab a precept to prove that point, speaking back on to Jake, because he did this first and foremost because Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah put the spirit on him to do it, but it was some type of jealousy, man, something that happened concerning him and her and that other dude. So this is Proverbs chapter 6, verse 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. And that's what you saw happen, man. Okay, it was some type of thing that got brought to light, that got revealed to him. Okay, and again, I just speak as a man, but, it had to be something. So it was something that got revealed to him, and it just, struck one of his nerves, and he felt through the spirit, which was more than likely a right judgment depending on what happened, and it probably was some type of adultery, and a lot of you dudes sent for these women, and you get played, and when you find out stuff, you get hurt because because your mama is raising a lot of you Israelite young men, and they teaching you how to be simps, but yet they teaching their daughters how to be masculine and men. Okay, but they teaching you young men how to be the man that they want, but has never been in their life or in their bed, man. Okay, so that jealousy came out, and that man, he didn't spare, man. He just, decided they had to go, they had to be deleted, they had to be executed, man. Okay, and that's nasty work because, personally, I believe. I speak as a man against saying this, that, he probably found it out the next day he came to work. We got action. Okay. So again, Proverbs chapter 6, verse 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. So he didn't have no second thought. He didn't have no mercy. He didn't have no what if. He's just like, nah, they gotta go. They gotta go. It's time, man. You disrespect me like this, you gotta go. That's a part of the jealousy of a man. Is when it actually comes to men, it's like disrespect. It's a very, very regarded thing amongst men. A actual real man with standards and that has these guidelines of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah doesn't take things lightly when it comes to disrespect. Period, man. Any man in general, to be honest with you, but. Let's continue. Okay, because again, the Lord is bringing judgment. Matter of fact, let's jump to 2nd Esdras, because that's what this was. It was judgment from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. And it's going to be more judgment. Okay, but it's going to come to the point, it ain't going to be no cameras. It ain't going to be no 911. It ain't going to be none of that. It's just going to be death everywhere. Okay, you won't be able to call Esau to help you. You won't be able to get justice, because the Lord is the justice, bringing that recompense, that judgment, man. Okay, so this is 2nd Esdras chapter 15, and I'm gonna start off at verse 24. Woe to them that sin. So the Lord had a righteous, just judgment to these people because they were what? Transgressors. They were sinners, man. Okay, we know for certain, man. All right, you didn't see nothing righteous about these people. These people are of the world, man. You know, they interviewing all these nigga women, okay? The ones at the Walmart with all that weave, eyelashes, and everything else, tattoos. Somebody they come to Walmart and all this other stuff. We can't believe this happened. They next too. Okay, mama and the sisters next too. Okay? Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And you know, we know that we can't keep all the commandments to a T, but we do the best of our ability to keep the commandments, because it's a action showing forth that we love the Most High and also that we fear Him. And it shows also our subjection, submission, and obedience to Him. Okay? So we do everything to seek righteousness, to attempt to be righteous. Okay? Because, you know, we're not righteous. As you know, it says in Isaiah 64 verse 6, our righteousness is as filthy rags, but we attempt to do the best to our ability to, you know, walk uprightly and to be righteous. Okay? As much as we can, we attempt to do that every day. Verse 25, I will not spare them. And as you see, the Lord did not spare this young woman. He spared the man, but He didn't spare the woman. Okay, so there's no telling what type of lifestyle and what things this young woman has done in her past. And then also you got this little crusty looking nigga, man. And, you know, look at Jake, man. They just interviewed the most ignorant niggas on the planet, man. Well, I don't know what happened. The most ignorant niggas, man. With a wave cap and a hood on. Breath probably stank. You know that nigga's breath stink. Probably smell like Black and Miles and ass. 2nd Esdras 15 verse 25. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. For Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, knoweth them. Okay? Salakia. For Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, knoweth all them that sin against Him, and therefore delivereth He them unto death and destruction. And that's what the Lord did, man. He delivered this young lady to death and destruction. He had this dude literally calm, cool, collect, go to the crib, pull up, break in the house, walk through the crib, looked at everybody, hey, how you doing? Oh, pop, pop, pop. Then walk right out. Got his target and walked right out. At the gig. Shot Jake up, but the Lord had mercy on him. The Lord wounded him. Okay? And as you heard, they said he was going to survive. As you heard that, man. Okay? They said he was going to survive. So, as a matter of fact, and you know, I'm pretty sure they was praying when this happened. Oh, let's pray to the Lord. Lord God, please help us. God, save us. Have mercy on my baby. So let's grab this real quick. What's that? Psalms. Salakia. Psalms chapter 5. Starting off at verse 4. For thou art not a power that have pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. So again, our people are completely consumed and completely indulging in wickedness and evil, man. Okay, you 2/3 are some evil motherfuckers. And as a matter of fact, a lot of you jakes that claim you're in the truth, you're evil too. Your fruits show who you are and what you're about, man. As it says in the book of, I believe, St. Matthew 7, a corrupt tree cannot bring forth good fruit, and a good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit. Roughly paraphrasing, man. So the Lord shows those who are right, and the Lord shows those who are perverse and crooked. Okay, and we know damn well that 2/3 of our people are completely polluted, contaminated, and in love with the customs and the ways of this life, man, of this captivity. Okay, verse 5: the foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity, man. So the Lord is, judging. Okay, the Lord, as it says in Sirach 12 verse 6, the Lord will pay vengeance on to the ungodly, to the sinners, man. He hates sinners, roughly paraphrasing that. Sirach 12 verse 6, if I'm not mistaken, man. And that's all this is, man. That's all this is, man. The Lord is appeasing his will by bringing forth judgment on our people. That 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 17, okay, which is really referring to those that are in the truth, but also, to you Jakes, to you Israelites in general. Okay, but the main ones at the forefront is the ones that claim they're in the truth. Okay, but judgment for us happens just like that, man. Okay, period, man. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. So everybody at this crib right here, you see everybody at this crib right here already the same damn day got her name up. And you see right here, look, so like you got her name already up right there. Okay, let's say 16. I think that says 6. I don't know what it say. I forgot her name, but you got something up to to celebrate her life already. Everybody boo-hooing and crying and everything else. But it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse, man. Where it's going to be a lot of judgment when Esau is going to start getting busy on you, Jakes, man. And these other heathens, man. It's going to be like in the book of Maccabees. Matter of fact, we'll close out there. It's going to be like in the book of Maccabees, man. Because that's what's going to occur, man. It's going to be a very, very grievous, horrific time. Okay, so this is 1 Maccabees chapter 1, and I'm going to start off at verse 25. Therefore, there was a great mourning in Israel in every place where they were. So, as you saw, they're mourning. They're mourning here at the crib. Everybody crying, singing songs, and talking about how good of a person she was, this and that and this, blah, 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 this and that, he, ha, whatever. Okay. But, that mourning is going to be amplified in the very near future. Okay. When these famines, these pestilence hit, okay, you got lawlessness on the street. Okay. You women can't, be doing the things that you did, prior here in Babylon the Great. You can't be running your mouth. You can't be walking around half naked. It's just going to be all out judgment. Verse 26, 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 26. So that the princes and elders mourn, the virgins, which ain't none of y'all motherfuckers virgins, and the young men were made feeble. And you men are going to be made, we're going to be shown who's in charge. You're going to be shown that you have no might. You're going to be shown that, either you're going to bow down or you're going to get laid down. Either you're going to get down or lay down, as the niggas say on state property. Okay? And the young men were made feeble, weak, useless. And the young men, technically, to be honest with you, these young men are already fucking weak. They raised by the nigga woman. These niggas are already highly emotional and shit. So when all hell break loose, they're going to be crying. What we going to do, mama? What we going to do? I'm scared. And you grown-ass men. Okay, you simps, you male feminists, you no backbone, no nuts having niggas, man. I don't know what we gonna do, babe. I don't know this and that. I don't know. It's gonna be a house full of punks. Okay, acting like women. And what the women gonna do? And the beauty of women was changed. So you're gonna be, you already ugly. You're gonna be super ugly. You ain't gonna have no modifications, no war makeup. No hair hats, none of that stuff. No tampons. You might not even be able to bathe, man. Okay, shit's going to hit the fan. Okay, everybody, you think you mourning now? Psh, wait in the very near future, man. When all hell break loose, and the Lord put the spirit on Esau to bring forth the final plans to attempt to create and facilitate and put down his foundation of his new NWO. Okay? But I don't want to wrap this up, man. I hope and I pray that this was edifying, uplifting, and informative to the true, sincere Aki and Wa Akwaf. So with that, I'm just going to say, Kol Holayim La, Abanawa Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Kwadash, Wathawada Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Kwadash, for putting the Spirit on me, my elder apostles, elder bishops, elders, brothers on down, for doing these epistles to enlighten you, to inform you, to edify you and uplift you through the power and spirit and words of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. May the blessing and election and protection be upon you and your household. Adawan Ratazah. Until the next one. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shalom.